What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Yo, 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 what's going on, brother? Man, I ain't seen you in a long time. Got the number back on it. That's the car number. Y'all ain't know that. The number that I run on the car. 184. No time Pro Tree. It's about to get real, y'all. It's about to get real. So we got a small tire shootout. March 14, I want to say it is. March 14th, I want to say the time is on it. Let me go grab the keys real quick and I'll fire it up. But got an event coming up. And we gonna take all the money on. 3,000 to win, and it is 150 to enter. Find the key to this sucker. It's over here actually. Where my key at? I don't even see my damn key. Here you go. God damn, can't even find my damn key. I answer your question on one man. I'm just trying to find the key. Just had the damn key. Here you go. In racing terms, I'm gonna spray probably. Let's say no prep. It's a no prep at HMP Houston Motorsports Park. So I think I'm gonna use as much power as I can. I put down a lot more than what the big horsepower guys are putting down. So I'm gonna spray anywhere from a 150 to a 250. It just depends on what the service can take. I spray a 250, the service can take it. But I'm thinking it's only gonna be able to take a 175. I'm gonna put it on the progressive controller. That's what I've been messing with. Is the progressive controller lately is what I've been messing with on it. So I don't know. We're gonna see what it takes. Just depend on the surface. I'm looking to run on a no prep. I'm looking to run a 580 on a no prep surface. Let me just float it real quick. Because you need a float adjustment bad. So grab a 5/8 and a flathead. Let's get to messing with these floats. Yeah, Flowmaster sound pretty good on here. But take it to the track. I'm just putting the mufflers on it right now to go get it inspected. Probably tomorrow or something. Tomorrow, this weekend. It all depends on when I have time to do so. I've been kind of sick anyways. I ain't been touching the thing in a while. Got a glide in it right now. I mean, not a glide, but a fold in it. I'm gonna end up putting a glide in it later on. I got the 8.8 sitting over there. We'll put on a little show feel on the stock 7.5 real quick though. I was gonna do that, but you know I'm in a neighborhood, so I don't want to do a John Force burnout. If I was in the country, I would have did a John Force burnout. I would have did all that type of stuff, but I don't do a John Force. Keep the full 100 glide is only good for track. Uh, that's true, but I might end up turning this into an 8 mile car pretty soon. Um, I'm thinking, I'm gonna run quarter for a little bit, but more so, most of the racing that goes on around here is 8 miles. So I'm gonna do 8 mile racing. Camaro, I'm gonna set that up for a quarter and 8 mile. So I'm trying to hit some pretty big numbers in the Camaro. I want to be in the 160 mile an hour range. So I'm gonna do with that. What's your stall? Converter was I bought the converter from PTC. That's the company I got it from. I think I kept on saying somebody else, but I got the converter from PTC. It's a racing converter, nitrous converter. Originally, the converter was stalled up for 33. I had it restalled for 35, so only 300, 200 more RPM. But I felt 35 was way better for the car. Now I could have went 4,000 or whatever, but I'm trying to go wheels up a little bit and still kind of take the hit. So I said 35. That's what I ended up going with. Got the JW Bell housing on here. I'll get up on the hood and show you that in a minute. JW Bell housing on it. Uh, G-Force cross member with the frame extension piece on it. Uh, Drive shaft right now is a 3 to a 3.5 inch. I'm gonna end up getting a fully built 3.5 inch drive shaft from the people down here in Houston, the guy that I mess with. I'm gonna go show you the 8.8 sitting over there. I'm gonna get the 8.8 put in uh, somewhere around March. So and I gotta get some more slicks. I did think about setting this thing up for radials, but I don't want to go radials because a lot of chassis work needs to be done for radials, and I don't have the need to be setting up a car like that for radials. The only thing I'm gonna set up is my up chassis ankles on the car. Put an anti-roll bar back here, and I'm about to order. I got the strange double adjustable shocks. Uh, Front end, I'm gonna probably run some 9010s on it for now, on the front end, until I can get some better shocks on the front end. But 9010s should work just fine for it. Just to get it out there on the track, this February, I did the airbag mod to it for right now. So I got the airbag on the passenger side. So if I need to air it up, adjust it however I need to adjust it, that's how I'm gonna run it for right now. Took the front sway bar off of it, so it has no more front sway bar. I'm end up doing the front bumper brace. I'm end up doing that. Not right now though. I'm end up doing it later on. I already talked to a chassis guy down here in Houston. His name is John. I'm gonna talk to him. Get a cage put in here. I'm not gonna get a full cage in it right now, but I'm just get a little something in it because Houston Motorsports Park is one of those tracks where they look at your car, but they don't, bug you about every little thing like how Royal Purple Raceway would down there in Baytown. So they more of that kind of a track. So I'm gonna just get a 8 point in here for now, and then I'm gonna end up getting the let's see, 29 10 words. And see that's the thing, they do work good, but most of the racing like down here in Texas is more so of a 28 10 or 28 10. You know, is that I don't know, it's just like that down here in Houston. Like we don't really do 29, mostly just 28. So I'm gonna get the pillar bar going down. I'm gonna get a pillar bar going across right here because I'm not gonna run any bars outside of the truck, and that's to make the whole truck NHR illegal. So it'll still have a 10 point cage in it, It's just gonna be all inside the truck, and none of it gonna protrude outside the truck. So that's the whole thing. I don't want any bars outside of the truck. So when I get the windows tinted, you never know it has a cage in it until you open up the door. I'm gonna have all this tucked in up under, so everything on here gonna be all tucked up. So I'm gonna get that all done. And that right there in itself should stiffen up the chassis a lot, but there's still a lot more that needs to be done to it. Uh, Running solid motor mounts on the thing, so solid motor mounts, solid transmission mounts, uh, all AN lines on it. Transmission has AN lines. Motor feed has AN lines. I'd probably end up putting another fuel pump on this thing. I'm either looking into an Aeromotive or a Holly Blue. I don't know which one I'm gonna go with just yet, but do that. See the bottle still mounted right there. Thought about moving the bottle to the bed, but then I said let's keep it all sleeper. So I'm gonna just leave the bottle in here. I had a blowdown tube inside the house on the bottle already. I'm gonna get the bottle filled up with nitrous. Not that I'm gonna be able to spray it on the 7.5, but put that on there. Yeah, though she pretty much together. Uh, at idle, this thing got almost 60 pounds of oil pressure. So it's good on oil pressure. I know it's not gonna run dry. I put another half quart in the motor, so definitely should not run dry of anything whatsoever. I'm gonna have to get a skid to go on the bottom of it, to go on the bottom of the car. A skid is definitely gonna be needed because if this thing does go wheels up, I am running a truck pan on here, so it does hang down pretty low in itself. So we're gonna put a skid plate on here. Oh, look who done popped in here. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Let's see. I'm trying to think what else. That's about it though, man. Not much left to do with it. Like I said, track day coming up, so I plan on having it down there at the track either next weekend or the weekend after that. So we're gonna have it down there, and then I'm gonna try to get the thing out there for TX2K. So, not gonna run any crazy numbers. Because it's very well that it still will be on a stock 7.5 rear end, so I won't be able to spray it and run any crazy times with it, but still won't be on a stock 7.5. Right now, I have some 2610s that I ran on the car before. Right now, I had some 2610s that I ran on it before. The car RPM like a mofo on some 2610s. So we're gonna see. It's probably gonna RPM like a mofo again. So likely before summer come, I'm gonna get some 28s to go on here for now, and we're gonna see how most of the racing look. Like I said, I'm doing more small tire right now. They got radio in the park coming up April. They have radio in the park like 3 times in April. But the thing is with radials is for radials is just it takes a good chassis, man. So we're gonna get all that done later on. I'm not really too worried about running radio in the park right now. I'm more so on my no prep right now. I'm on my no prep game right now, so I had up under there, and then I had a valve right here, so you see. And then these are the 26s. I'm gonna have to change out the rim that they on right now because that rim ain't gonna work. Man, it's the 8.8 over here. It's the 8.8. I gotta polish these rims all up. I got this up to polish them with. But this the 8.8 right here. And I got the whole jig kit to sit it inside the car and all that, so ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying, too complicated to do. I'm gonna just pay somebody else to do it, probably. I was talking about doing it, but I might just pay somebody else. I don't have the strongest welder in the world for it, so I'm gonna just probably pay somebody else. But it's gonna be a nice upgrade in the car. I'm gonna do that brace that go from the center section out here to the axles. I'm gonna get these all welded up, and I'm gonna have the brace that goes from axle to axle and then to center section. I think that's the only other brace I want to do. I'm gonna get the girdle for the rear end, so it's gonna have a rear end girdle on it. So I'm gonna have that on there, and then as well as the girdle, I'm gonna also do the girdle to the axle brace. So everything should be all good and braced up. And these are like 2 times bigger than the Mustang axles and axle tubes. So this should be way stronger than what a Mustang rear end would be. So yeah, no prep is dangerous. The car's been on no prep before. The Elko been on no prep before. You know, so it's already been on no prep. The car knows it's gonna go down. So I mean, I think we got a pretty good combo. Spur 400 shot. 400, that's pushing it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably tried 275, but a 400, that's. I will be buying a big block, so look out for that. Camaro is about to come out pretty soon. As soon as I finish my dad car, the Camaro gonna come out. I'm gonna probably start working on it next winter, so you can kind of see the trend here. I work on the race cars, as y'all like to call them, the race cars, the non-street legal cars during the winter. I don't work on them during the summer, to be honest with you. I just changed the oil in the Elko for the first time, so it just got its first oil change. I swapped out to a 10W30 on the what damn oil is that? That's like good stuff. Expensive as hell. Havoline is what I put in it, so it's not running on Havoline with a stock truck filter. So it should fare out pretty well in that oil. And the problem is with the 5W30. Turn on the demon lights here. The problem is with the 5W30, which is a factory oil, is that me sitting out here and doing burnouts and stuff. Oh, what the hell? Hold on, yeah. Problem is with that is that the oil thins out, and the oil thins out so bad that the motor loses oil pressure. So obviously the motor don't like that oil. So that's why we going with a different oil, because the motor don't like that other oil. So we changed out the oil. We did that. Oil filter. Oil had no metal shavings whatsoever. Now it did have little particles in it, which I was already expecting. Like I said, the motor wasn't, I didn't pull it apart, put no brand new stuff in it, but other than cam and stuff like that, some things had to be done to it. So the oil washed it out pretty good, and I'm happy about that. So I ain't really tripping. As y'all can see, solid motor mounts. I don't lie about nothing on my car. Everything I say I do it. 1 7/8 headers. You already know what the deal is. I gotta put my thing back on here. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Let's see if I can get that JW bell housing for you. Oh, what's going on, Dwayne? I didn't even see you down there. As y'all can see, JW bell housing. So this thing is good for 850s. So like I said, not much left to do to it. About the only other thing that I want to do to it when I take it to the track is get it to race weight. So I'm gonna get the thing down to race weight completely. I've taken out as much as I possibly can from the factory. So no AC, no heater. All the wiring for that is out. All the controls for it is outside the car. All the extra carpeting, padding, all that stuff is out. So it's down to race weight at this point. I want to do a cowl hood, but I'm not too worried about that right now. I don't, that's unnecessary money at this point. I can just cut this factory hood up. I don't even care about the factory hood, to be honest with you. I can find another one of these from the Elko man down here in Houston. I can find these hoods everywhere, so I ain't really tripping over this, but did all that. What else? wiring on the nitrous is all in. The car is fine on wiring. I mean, everything works on the car. Turn signals, horns, all that good stuff works. Had to put a new water pump on it. So, I think you already know. I did have to put a water pump on it, so I think I already did a live on that. If not, I know I did put a water pump on it. Power steering pump, I was about to pull the power steering pump off because it had a little dribble on it, and then it just stopped out of nowhere. So if it holds good for now, I'm gonna put a few street miles on it. If I notice that it does not leak, we're gonna take it to the track because I don't want to take something to the track that's leaking oil. That's a big move. I want to put a valley cut gasket on it, so I'm gonna do that soon. I don't know exactly when, but I will be doing that soon on it. I think that's about it. To be honest, I gotta wire up, or not wire up, but give the fuel solenoid for the nitrous some fuel. So I'm gonna replace all this with AN line. I did find somebody that wanted to sell me a direct port system, so I might go hop on that. He want $500 for it. I might dish it out to him. And then I found another guy who was selling one for $225, I think around $225. So I might go scoop that one up. Only thing it needs is nozzles, so I can find some nozzles pretty cheaply. $150 I can find a set of nozzles to go on this thing, so no problem. What else? Battery, brand new battery, 800 cold cranking amps, 1000 cranking amps, and regular temperature basically. Or let me reverse that: 1000 cold cranking amps and then 800 regular cranking amps. So we got a pretty decent battery in here. It'll last for now anyways. It should outlast what I'm doing right now. I think that's about it though. As y'all see, my engine bay extremely clean. I still gotta clean this fender up, and I gotta clean that fender up a little bit, because what happened over here is when the power steering pump started leaking a little bit, it sloshed fluid all over here on my fender. So I gotta clean all that up because I don't like that type of stuff. I like my stuff to be all clean. So that's sort of the reason why I covered all that up in a wire loom, because I hate the way that looks from the factory. That looks like complete shit. So most of y'all know I did tuck in the factory harness, the factory body harness that runs the motor. All that's tucked in. The only thing that's on there is the bare minimum. That's like the only thing that's on there. What else? Shocks on the front end. I gotta put the 9010s on it. I'm gonna just see what it does on factory shocks. If it, it's probably not even gonna hook, but it's definitely gonna need the 9010s on it. Those of you that did not see the new headlights, there y'all go. If y'all wondering, am I gonna run these on the street? You bet your black ass I'm gonna run these hoes on the street. So we're not gonna turn them on when we get an inspection, obviously, but I'm gonna run them on the street. As y'all see, there is no sway bar up under this car. That's because I took it off. So no sway bar. The overflow that NHRA requires, that's on there. These are the transmission lines running all up under the car. So yeah, run 10W30. Here's the reason why I did not run 20W50. The 10W30 that I run is well, for right now this is this mixture, but the 10W30 that I run is a AMSOIL mixture, so it has additives in it, so it gets almost as thick as the oil you talking about. It's almost as thick as that oil. But I'm probably switch later on though, but for now I'm just running 10W30 in it. Like I said, I just want to get the motor completely clean from any residue, any dirt, shavings, anything like that. I just want to get the motor flushed completely out and completely shaved all up. I don't want none of that stuff left over in the motor. Any slurge, anything like that, I want to get all that knocked out of the motor. So that's why I'm running that in it. What else? I'm gonna have to end up getting some new heads. Um, Now on the heads, I did not do the heads. I did not do that back bolt and the bolt right there, and I did not do this bolt up here. Bolt right there. I did not do that. Who the fuck did that shit? I'm trying to think who did it, but anyways, whoever did do this, they screwed it up because they drilled too fucking far up inside of the head. So when they drilled up inside of the head, it messed up the water flow. So now the head has a tendency to want to push water outside of the bitch instead of circulating through it. So now I'm at the end up getting some new heads on the thing, which ain't that big of a deal. When after this season, I'm gonna see if it don't leak. If it don't leak, which I haven't had no leaks so far, knock on metal, I have not had no leaks so far. So if it don't leak, we're gonna leave it just like it is. I have not noticed a difference in the car cooling or cooling down. I literally cannot get the thing to go over 145 on the temperature, and it's 70, 67 degrees out here, and I cannot get the thing to go over 145 on temperature, and that's with the fans off. So I assume that it's cooling. But I am gonna put some different heads on the thing. I've been talking to Tech Speed, as y'all know, that's who I work with. Um, so I've been talking to them about getting some stuff done on the front. So they don't get back to me. As y'all know, they're the ones who, well, they didn't inspect the cam, they made the cam. But yeah, so I've been talking to them. So we've been having a little conversation back and forth. So we're gonna see how that goes. But uh, we're gonna get this thing back together though. Get it all down the track. See how I do. Plan on having it driving. I want to say I want to try to drive the thing sometime this weekend, hopefully. Saturday, Sunday. I'm gonna probably go live. Get my hair done Sunday, so I'm probably go live Sunday or Saturday. I'm gonna drive the thing over there and I get my hair done. So, uh, do that and then drive it on over there so I can get an edge. So, we'll probably go live Sunday. We'll probably go live Sunday or Saturday. It just depends. So might drive it all weekend. Who knows? Just depends on how I feel. But you know, G body is almost done. Y'all done seen it when I pulled the motor and transmission out. Y'all sat there and watched me pull the transmission and motor out. When I put the new motor in, the new trans, all that stuff. Y'all watched me do all that. There's a little things here and there that y'all didn't physically see me do, but y'all seen the progress. Y'all seen the movement. It's G body and nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm all out there for the boxes, the B bodies and stuff. I like them. So, the way I see them, those are G bodies. I don't really consider a box Chevy. I consider it a G body because they use the same basic stuff. But man, y'all know how we getting down. We cutting out, snatching souls. So y'all know. So I'm about to get that inspection on this boy. Should be back street legal again. So nothing much left to do. She all together. Ain't nothing left for me to do but to drive the thing for a little bit. Get that 8.8 up in here. And we gonna rock out with a socks out. That's just how it go. So I think I'm gonna transfer on the computer. I'm gonna make some of y'all some moderators. Nothing to see on the inside really. Just a regular OG body with an SS dash in it. I gotta put the cage in it. So I'm gonna get the cage like I got through telling y'all. I'm gonna try to get the cage in before summertime. So get the cage in, get the anti-roll bar on it. I'm gonna get the anti-roll bar put on it whenever I get the turn it off. Get the anti-roll bar put on whenever I put the rear end inside the car. So that's how that's gonna go. Fuel cell is the gas tank. I have a fuel cell for it in the garage, but I ain't gonna put the fuel cell on it. I ain't gonna put the fuel cell on it right now. So I'm just gonna show y'all the nitrous bottle, the blowdown tube, and stuff that I got for it. I think y'all already seen the kit to install the rear end, so that ain't nothing new. But Shut this hood on this thing. Staying on 1%, y'all. Y'all know how we getting down.